You guys ready to jump on board with the K9 unit? Let's go. So thanks for joining us today on the ride along with MCSO K9. Our primary function with the K9 unit is, yes, we are assigned to the SWAT division, but that's not all we focus on. Our primary function is to assist patrol. We have regular shifts. We work during all patrol shifts, day and night. One of the things that we like to typically do is listen, obviously, to the radio. I have multiple districts on my computer, so I can actually see all the calls going on, regardless if it's in Mesa or if it's in Goodyear or Surprise, up in Anthem. I can see all the calls that patrol is responding to, and I can look at those calls, and if I see a call where my K9 could be utilized to assist patrol, I will basically respond to it. So we responded to a call for silent panic alarm here in Sun City at a residence. Upon our arrival, we haven't been able to make contact with the homeowner, and the neighbors checking with them said the person should be there. All the vehicles are in the driveway, so it's a little concerning for us. We think that the homeowner may be down inside, so we're gonna do a little more investigation, but we may have to force entry into the house. We also will respond to requests. So if a deputy's on scene and I maybe don't see it on the computer and he says, hey, I think we need a K9 for this, they'll ask for a K9 over the radio, and then we'll respond as well. We do respond to multiple agencies, not just Maricopa County. These K9s are an invaluable tool. They're highly trained. We put a lot of time and money into them, and a lot of agencies understand the value in these animals and how they can be utilized to either find a suspect or to find lost and missing people. We also will respond to the tactical situations, even for outside agencies. If another city had a barricaded subject in a house or building, they know he's in there, he's not coming out, we'll respond to those as well. And then we also respond to calls that don't necessarily require a K9. We are here to assist patrol. So if they're very busy and there's a vehicle accident that comes out, that's not something we would typically use our dogs for, but we're still deputy sheriffs. We will still respond and take a vehicle accident or assist with other traffic, even though it's not necessarily something we'd use the K9 for. While we're out on patrol, a lot of times we can get requested to the far reaches of the county. The county is close to 10,000 square miles, and at times there's only 1 or 2 MCSO patrol K9s working. So if it's an extended call for an extended period of time that it would take us to respond to it, a lot of times what we'll do is communicate with our aviation unit and actually have the helicopter either meet us at a location, or we will meet them at the hangar, where we'll actually put our K9s on the helicopter, and they can transport us to that call for service much faster than it would be for us to drive to it. And the types of calls we would get assisted for stuff like that would be, suspects fleeing on foot in the desert areas. Could be one of the far outreaches areas of the county, such as a contract area that we're responsible for, or just a rural area where the suspect is wanted and he's fleeing from the deputies, where an extended period of response time from us, they would just get further and further away and we'd possibly lose track of that suspect. So when we get flown out there with the helicopters, it just reduces the time and increases the chances of an apprehension or a rescue. It could also be for a lost person, lost child, where time is of the essence of locating the person. And so they'll fly us out to these remote locations much quicker than it would be to drive. We do train with the aviation unit fairly regularly to get the K9s used to being on board a helicopter, to be basically used to the loud noises, the routines, and as you'll see, my K9 is very used to being inside the helicopter. He's very calm. He doesn't get overly excited. You will also see that the K9 will have a muzzle on. That's just for everybody's safety inside the aircraft. No matter how comfortable the dog is inside the helicopter, we'll always put a muzzle on just for safety. And the muzzle will usually come off once we get on scene to whatever call we're responding to once we exit the aircraft. We're out here today at Saguaro Lake to assist Lake Patrol in some of their patrol operations. A lot of times we'll come out here with our canines just to assist them, just to show the presence. It's good training for the dogs. We'll get requested regularly on holidays such as 4th of July and Labor Day when the lakes get very busy. We'll come out and assist with them. The dogs are a very useful tool. We can utilize them for narcotic searches as well as apprehensions. They assist in deterrent actions for drunk and disorderly conduct on the shorelines, even on some boats if need be. They're just a great tool to have out here on the water. All of them are very familiar with swimming. All of our dogs can swim very well. We deploy off the boat. They can jump into the water, onto the shoreline to apprehend if need be. But they enjoy the lake just as much as anybody else does. So a lot of times we'll get asked, how hard is it to get onto the K9 unit? We do have a selection process to be in the K9 unit. It comprises of a few different things. First is you have to have at least 2 years on in the basically when you first start. So if you're a brand new deputy sheriff, you have to have at least 2 years of patrol time. If you're a detention officer, same thing, you have to have at least 2 years after you get hired, after you get out of the academy. Once you have that, then basically the selection process is we have a testing day where you'll come out, you'll do a variety of physical agility tests, which include running a mile, half of it with a gas mask on. There's some shooting drills. There's also obstacle courses you have to run wearing a weighted vest, similar to the one I'm wearing right now. They're all timed. So you do have to be in fairly good physical condition. Reason being is when we utilize these dogs, it's never a walking moment when we're using these dogs on the road. We're usually running after suspects. The dogs are tracking. We're having to jump over walls with them. We're having to track out in the desert areas with them. So it can be very, very physically demanding, which is one of the reasons why we have a physical fitness requirement. They also look for your history while you've been a police officer or detention officer, making sure you had good work ethic, showing up to work, not calling in sick all the time, because we are on call 24/7 in the K9 unit. Anytime someone needs us, even if it's 2 o'clock in the morning and I'm not working, my phone could go off and it could be one of the districts asking for a K9. So I have to suit up, grab my dog, get in the car and head right to the scene.